this was a custom that I actually finished in July, but I had to keep secret until now because I had entered it into the sawed-off run contest on Figure Realm. It's Atomic Robo. So as far as the contest turned out, he came in 5th place out of 13 entries with a total score of 3.73 stars. That's actually not bad. The winner of the contest got 4.08 stars, so I was less than a star away from the top winner. That's actually the best I've ever done the Figure Realm contest. I definitely must be improving. Then again, it could be probably just be because Atomic Robo is such an awesome character. Everybody saw it and just liked it because of that. But still, I will take the win that I can get. So now that we know where that ranked, let's actually get into the making of the figure itself. I know what you're thinking. The obvious base for an Atomic Robo is like the first appearance Iron Man or Iron Man Mark I from the movie line. Well, I don't want obvious. I want something that will be uniquely mine. I have seen people make Atomic Robo using that Iron Man. It does look good. But there's a couple of things about Atomic Robo's character design. One is that he's this huge, stocky, built like a living tank guy. And two is that he's actually really short. I think his canon height is only about 5 feet. So a significantly shorter figure would be better. As you can see, I went with the Baymax figure from the Big Hero 6 line. Of course, this is a 4-inch figure, not a 6-inch figure. A 6-inch scaled figure, 5 inches. It's not a 5-inch figure, it's a 4-inch figure. Man, I don't know how to talk. But it's only 4 inches tall because the legs are so short. Because of the proportions of the character, that big old torso is every bit as big as a character that would scale with a 6-inch figure. So all I had to do was re-engineer the legs. And this is the kind of guy that you can dismantle with a screwdriver. So, that was relatively simple. But then I would have to make some modifications to the buck before I could continue. First of all is that not only did he have stumpy little legs, he also had proportionally short arms. This was simple enough to fix, cutting off the hands, adding in a little bit more epoxy sculpt to the forearms to make them longer, and then reattaching the hands on the end made the arms as long proportionally as they needed to be. Also, the wrist swivel still worked because of the where they attached. That was a happy coincidence. Atomic Robo's head, it's a really nice head. It's kind of like a cross between the Rocketeer and the Iron Giant. I really like it. Baymax's head is under there, though of course I didn't need it for anything other than something to fit the neck peg. So with that out of the way, the really complicated part of this custom came in. Making those legs. This is something that actually had me scared to make the custom and had me putting it off for almost a year. It wasn't until I found out this contest got announced that I finally got off my butt and actually did it. Alright, so right now you're looking at a Bionicle piece. Specifically, this is the crossbar that goes to the Protector of Earth from the new Bionicle line. The kind of Bionicle line that inherited a lot of stuff from Hero Factory and is actually really cool. Right now you can get them for clearance prices at Toys R Us, so get them while supplies last. This crossbar was coincidentally the perfect size and shape. We'll get into that. The only modification I had to do was to remove the bottom ball joint. Well, actually it's upside down. That's the top ball joint. It's where the character's head would have attached. So removing that, it actually gave me something that would fit within Baymax's body cavity. Actually, given the position of the little hole left over, it was perfect to fit around one of the pegs in Baymax's crotch. I guess I don't really have a better way to say that. Although I did have to carve out a lot of space around the hips to make sure that the legs would have room to move. Because of the way Baymax's hips are built, that took quite a lot of dremeling and sanding, but ultimately it's just making holes for legs to fit through. I did a test fitting, of course, to make sure that I could actually work with legs like this on this figure, because if it didn't, then, the whole plan's a bust and I had to figure something else out. So with the bionicle legs essentially rebuilt under him, he did seem pretty proportionately sound, and I even stood him next to a 6-inch figure. Hey there, DCUC Question cameo. So yeah, DCUC Question, assuming he's a 6-foot tall guy, Baymax is standing next to him as a 5-foot tall guy, and everything seemed pretty good to me. So I proceeded to go ahead with the custom using this leg setup. Okay, so not to break flow of the video, I took an interlude, but here are the lengthened arms painted silver, with a little bit of unsilvered gray for those little bolt things on his shoulders. I know it doesn't completely capture the look, but it, you know, like the way his shoulder is built is a completely different assembly, and I didn't want to, you know, I like Baymax's big old shoulder pads. They look cool. Now the torso needed a bit of its own sculpting because Atomic Robo has a sense of modesty despite not really being anatomically correct. So yes, he wears clothes. This meant giving him a belt with some pouches on it. I emulated the belt that he was wearing on the cover of the first trade, which appeared to have 2 pouches on one side and 1 pouch on the other, although I didn't really have room to put the gun in. Maybe next time. As you can also see, I sculpted a bit of his legs in there too, but forgot to take pictures of the leg sculpt. Whoops. Alright, so let's just get to painting the crotch. Is kind of wearing green underwear here with a light gray belt. Alright, so now let's get into the sculpting of those boots. First, I had to cut off 2 of the toes, for lack of a better word, on the Bionicle figure, so that instead of a big creaturey foot, I can sculpt around it and make like a boot thing. So with a little bit more sculpting and attachment, it would look like, you know, the pants and the combat boots that he wore in that trade. And that's all I have for the work in progress shot, so let's see the completed figure. There he is, everybody's favorite robot action scientist, Atomic Robo, looking particularly beefy and strong thanks to the huge barrel chest and giant arms of the Baymax figure. Kudos to me for thinking to use that particular base. Makes a very, very good figure. I mean, I mean, the people on Figure Realm seem to like it, and I really like it too. So yeah, Atomic Robo is a really, really great comic, and he's an awesome character in his own right too. I would recommend you guys check out the webcomic because I believe the entire archive of Atomic Robo has been converted to webcomic format. Although you can bet that I'm still going to be buying those trades whenever they come out. It's atomicrobo.com. I believe there's a dash between Atomic and Robo, so yeah, go check that out. This is Wakeangel2K1 signing off.